Rafael Nadal's news about making a comeback at the 2024 Australian Open has got fans buzzing with excitement. After missing out on 2023 due to a hip injury, fans are curious if he can get back to his peak performance. We all know Rafa is renowned for his incredible work ethic and never-say-die attitude, which has seen him through tough times before. So the big question is, can we expect another triumphant comeback with more titles for the Spanish tennis star? Or is this the end of the road for him? Let's find out. Rafael Nadal, the celebrated Spanish tennis legend, has been absent from the court since the early months of this year, following his last appearance at the Australian Open. Throughout 2023, he grappled with a series of injuries that cast doubt on his return to the sport. Fans were left eagerly awaiting his comebacks, only to see them postponed repeatedly, forcing him to withdraw from major tournaments like the French Open, where he was the defending champion, as well as Wimbledon and the US Open. Despite these setbacks, there's a renewed sense of hope and anticipation for Rafa's comeback in the upcoming year. Recently, he offered a glimpse of his training regimen, sharing a video on Instagram that showcased his signature backhands and forehands. It's a promising sign of his recovery process. So can he regain his physical, aggressive playing style without hesitation or pain? Yes, it's something he has done before. Throughout his illustrious career, Rafael Nadal has demonstrated an uncanny ability to mount remarkable comebacks from injury setbacks and deliver jaw-dropping performances. Let's delve into some of these inspiring instances. In 2021, Nadal faced a challenging foot injury during the Roland Garros tournament, ultimately exiting the semifinals at the hands of Novak Djokovic. Despite a brief attempt at a comeback in Washington, he had to curtail his season. However, in January 2022, he returned to the ATP Tour with a bang. His resurgence began by triumphing in the Melbourne Summer Set without dropping a set. Nadal then graced the courts of the Australian Open, where he reached the final by defeating Denis Shapovalov and Matteo Berrettini in the quarterfinals and semifinals respectively. The climax of this comeback story unfolded in the Australian Open final against Daniil Medvedev. Nadal found himself trailing by 2 sets, but he orchestrated a sensational turnaround to claim the match, securing his historic 21st Grand Slam title. This remarkable victory was followed by another triumph at the Mexican Open, where he didn't lose a set, marking his best ever start to a season. However, the path to success is not always smooth. Following a 20-match winning streak, Nadal faced a setback in the Indian Wells Masters, losing in straight sets to Taylor Fritz. After the tournament, he was diagnosed with a rib stress fracture, which required up to 6 weeks of recovery. Another instance of Nadal's resilient comeback spirit was witnessed in 2017. The previous year had been challenging, with a wrist injury forcing him to conclude his season after the Shanghai Masters, causing a drop in his world ranking to 9th. Yet he made a spirited return in 2017, beginning at the Brisbane International, though he was eliminated in the quarterfinals. The Australian Open saw Nadal reach the final, where he faced off against Roger Federer in a memorable 5-set clash. He also competed in the Miami Masters final, where he lost to Federer, but that wasn't the end of his journey. The clay court season saw him win 3 consecutive tournaments in Monte Carlo, Barcelona, and Madrid, while only conceding 36 games during the French Open, where he clinched his historic 10th title. These exceptional performances led to him regaining the #1 ranking. Nadal's 2017 story didn't conclude there. He secured his second major title of the year at the US Open, defeating Kevin Anderson. He went on to win the China Open, but lost to Federer in the final of the Shanghai Masters. Unfortunately, injury cut his ATP Finals journey short. By the end of the year, he boasted an impressive 68-12 win-loss record and a tally of 6 titles. Before we move on, we know you wouldn't want to miss out on more exclusive content like this, so make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to stay updated with all the latest in the world of tennis. Another remarkable comeback saga unfolded in 2010 when Nadal retired during his Australian Open quarterfinal match against Andy Murray due to a knee injury. After an absence of over a month, he resurfaced at the Indian Wells Masters, reaching the semifinals. The clay court season was nothing short of magical, with Nadal conquering all 3 Masters titles and the French Open while surrendering just 2 sets across 3 tournaments. But the story didn't end there. Nadal extended his success to Wimbledon and the US Open, becoming the first man to secure Grand Slams on 3 different surfaces in a single calendar year. This incredible journey culminated in him finishing the year as the world #1 and reaching the ATP Finals final, where he succumbed to Roger Federer. Nadal's 2010 season encompassed 71 victories out of 81 matches and an impressive haul of 7 titles. Goran Ivanisevic, Novak Djokovic's coach, is fully aware of the series of remarkable comeback performances by Rafael Nadal. It's this knowledge that has led Ivanisevic to believe that the Spaniard could be gearing up for yet another impressive return in 2024. Ivanisevic expressed his confidence that if Nadal chooses to compete, he will be a formidable contender at the French Open. In his words to the Croatian media, he said, "I am convinced that Nadal will be good. He would not be coming back if he did not feel ready, and I'm confident that at Roland Garros, he will be dangerous." Ivanisevic, who has played a pivotal role in Djokovic's success, went on to suggest that the 22-time major champion might have his sights set on the crown at the 2024 Paris Olympics. He explained, "It will actually be the most dangerous because nowhere has anyone been as dominant as Nadal at Roland Garros. And it's possible that in the year of the Olympics, he will aim for the double crown in Paris." As expected, social media has been buzzing with excitement from fans who eagerly anticipate Nadal's impending return, with many boldly pegging him as the favorite to clinch several Grand Slams next year. However, despite the enthusiasm surrounding his comeback, the 22-time Grand Slam champion remains pragmatic about his goals. He aims to return to competitive play, but has a more grounded perspective. He emphasized, "Yes, I would like to play again and be competitive again, but the dream is not to come back and win Roland Garros or win Australia so that people don't get confused, right?" Nadal acknowledged the realities of his age and the ever-changing nature of sports. He stated, "I am very aware that at the time I am in my life, all that is very far away, right? I've said it 1,000 times. All things in sport change very quickly. The odds of Rafael Nadal staging a comeback to dominate the tennis scene appear rather slim, especially when we consider the fact that Novak Djokovic is currently in the midst of one of the most exceptional runs in his career." Adding to the challenge is the emergence of exciting new talents in the tennis world, with Carlos Alcaraz shining as one of the most promising. Alcaraz's remarkable rise through the ranks and his captivating style of play have marked him as a formidable opponent. Facing such formidable adversaries, Nadal's path back to the top seems fraught with obstacles. However, when it comes to a tennis legend like Nadal, it's often unwise to rule out the possibility of a triumphant comeback. After all, Nadal has made the French Open his kingdom, and his historic success on the clay courts of Roland Garros has proven that he's no stranger to surprises. Now over to you. What are your thoughts on Rafael Nadal's potential return to the tennis scene? Do you believe he has another impressive run left in him before considering retirement? Or do you think it might be the end of the road for this Spanish tennis icon? Share your opinions and insights in the comments below. If you loved this video, then you should check out this video showing on your screen. See you there.